Oh, I cracked him!
Oh my god.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
Jüri.
Yeah.
We all know why Jüri Vips lost his place in the Red Bull Junior team. The infamous N-word stream, where the young Estonian completely nuked any aspirations of him ever getting back into an F1 car. 1 year later, however, he's back, and in a competitive place such as the IndyCar Series with Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing, where he'll be taking part in the final 2 races of the 2023 season at Portland and Laguna Seca. But why did RLL decide to give him this opportunity? Let's take you through what Vips has done to give himself a second chance, both on and, most importantly, off track. In 2022, Vips contested his second full season of Formula 2, returning to Hi-Tech and partnering the ever-great podcast host, Marcus Armstrong. He was also still part of the Red Bull Junior team, and had been the highest-ranked member of the program the previous year, so a seat in F1 wasn't out of the question if he could show his speed. And in the first 2 rounds, this seemed to be the case. Even though Hi-Tech blundered his pit stop at the Bahrain feature race, depriving Vips from a chance of taking victory, he was able to salvage a 3rd place, and then finished 2nd in the subsequent Jeddah sprint race. Imola continued in equally promising fashion, as Vips qualified on pole for the first time in his F2 career. At the start, however, he lost several places, but this wouldn't even be the worst thing to happen that day.
Oh, and losing it into the wall, Jüri Vips! The pole sitter finds the barrier, and the man who's had so much pace this weekend is out.
As it turns out, this crash was the beginning of the end. Next time out in Barcelona, he would spin out of Saturday's sprint race, and though Vips managed to take a feature race podium in Monaco, Baku would be where he'd inadvertently ordered a coffin for his Formula 1 ambitions. Having started from pole, Vips was being chased relentlessly by fellow Red Bull Junior Dennis Hauger, going through the tight and twisty roads of the Azerbaijani capital, narrowly missing the walls and pushing to keep his rival behind. Vips cracked.
Oh, Jüri Vips has hit the wall! Jüri Vips from the race leads! Once again in Formula 2, Jüri Vips crashes out, and for so long he was leading, but he's gone!
And for so long he was with Red Bull, but he's gone. Suspended and released for using a racial slur during a Twitch stream, Vips was now truly lying in his own filth. And you can't really be sorry for this guy, because the word he used should not be part of anyone's vocabulary. Splitting ties with Jüri really was the only logical consequence. The first thing Vips did was to apologise, which is a good start, and he would do more afterwards. But I'll get back to this in a bit. On track, Vips seemed to lose pace dramatically. Even though there weren't any more mistakes in races, there were barely any highlights either. He finished 2nd in Hungary and won the sprint race in Monza, but it was all for nothing. Even though he beat teammate Armstrong, Vips finished 11th in the standings, 5 places below where he'd ended up the previous year, leaving F2 in the knowledge that his European career, at least for now, was over. Which is why even before the final round, Vips had flown to America to test a Dallara DW12 at Sebring Raceway on October 12th with the Rahal Letterman Lanigan team. He tested with the same outfit at Barber Motorsports Park as a replacement for the injured Jack Harvey the following year, giving himself a spot on the driver market whilst the aforementioned Harvey was struggling to get results. On August 15th, Harvey and RLL parted ways, and after Connor Daly had replaced him on the oval at Gateway, it was announced at the end of the month that Vips would be stepping into the number 30 for the remaining 2 races. In the RLL press release, co-owner Bobby Rahal stated that Vips had exhibited a lot of talent both during his time as a Red Bull Junior and whilst testing in IndyCar, which explains his motivations for signing the Estonian. However, I consider what he's done to redeem himself outside of the racetrack much more important here. In an article with pitdebrief.com following his announcement, Jüri mentioned that he'd asked Hi-Tech to educate him, to understand which words can be said and which ones cannot. After everything happened last year, I asked my team at the time, Hi-Tech, to do some kind of course for me to understand what's offensive and what's not, because I made this huge mistake without knowing it's such a big mistake. I thought it was just a swear word that I was saying. I wanted to know more about it, first of all, just so nothing like this can happen again, because I don't know what else I don't know, you know? I took 2 sensitivity courses, one in the UK and we decided with Rahal here it's good to do a refresher course as well. I feel like I have grown as a person. I'm really grateful for the second chance, and I completely understand all the outrage. Now that I understand what the word means, the outrage is completely justifiable, and I am very sorry for everybody that I've hurt. Now, two things. For one, it is of course quite unbelievable that Vips didn't know the exact connotations of the so-called N-word. It's honestly shameful, and his use of it was more than reprehensible. On the other hand, he has taken clear steps to educate himself and to grow as a person. Get past the mistake he made in pursuit of a second chance. Now that he's gotten that second chance, it'll be up to him and him alone whether he keeps it. From an on-track perspective, it's amazing to see another driver who won races in Formula 2 stepping into IndyCar, as has been the trend recently with Christian Lundgaard, Callum Ilott and Marcus Armstrong, and Vips definitely has the pace to succeed here, though being thrown in at the deep end like this will be challenging. Hopefully he can get more than 2 races to prove his worth. Forgiveness is a valuable concept. We have to allow people to get a second chance in life if they have shown humility and remorse, and have proven that they have moved beyond their errors. How Jüri Vips will manage? We don't know, but I personally can only hope for the best.